Many adults with developmental and physical disabilities struggle to find jobs. Social service agencies around the region are working to help bridge the gap. Arrowleaf's community service program helps adults living with disabilities learn employable skills.
When you're looking, you want to check.
What they rotted it.
Very good. You want to check the ends. If those look fresh, then we can take a case of these.
Gabe Clevenger, Dylan Thornton, and Mark Valentine are working at a cold storage facility picking produce to deliver to Arrowleaf's food pantry in Cairo.
Really? Yes, dear.
I thought I seen some peaches back here.
Some what?
Peaches, all those peaches
Well,
out here.
well, then you go over there and check them out and see what they look like.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me know what you think.
Arrowleaf CEO Sherry Krabs says they're learning job skills that will carry over to their independent life.
A big part of the program is to get them employable skills so that one day they'll be able to go work unsupervised for a local employer. And in this case, with the skills they're learning in this particular program is obviously picking out produce, so they may potentially be able to work in a grocery store, understanding when produce is good, when it's bad, or when it's expired, what type of produce there is.
So can you look through these and make sure that look at this one here. Does that one look pretty good? Yeah. Check all their little dimples.
Mark has been working with the food pantry for a little while and recently was able to move into his own apartment and manages his own care.
We go to the food bank and get the pallets out and decide which one we want to put on. And then if we get enough, and then if we get enough on the pallet or how many pallets they want to get, and then the guy, he brings it outside where the bus is, and then we just load it inside the bus and drive it down here.
Krabs says these are just 3 examples of the dozens of individuals who are employed by Arrowleaf in many programs that are tailored to work for each person.
The point of all of our programs is to help people kind of get back to the point where they can function, whatever that looks like for them in a way that they're able to contribute, to their family or to the community or to a job or themselves, So that's kind of the main premise behind every single thing that we do.
How that look, Marshall?
That's debatable. So that's not one we want.
Debatable.
Yeah, no.
She says living with disabilities can be difficult for their clients, which is why they spend a lot of time training them to one day be self-sufficient.
Making sure that they're following prompts, or if they get distracted a little bit, knowing, understand that they have to stay on task. There's a time, for taking breaks, and there's a time for working, and making sure that they're able to follow instruction from a supervisor.
You feel the air?
Oh, that ain't good.
No. Anytime there's air in there, that means air can do what?
Bacteria.
So those are all skills that are obviously needed, not just in the workplace, but also just, day-to-day understanding that, there's these rules about society that we all have to kind of follow in a sense, and that's going to help them be successful out on their own.
All 3 men have struggled with mental illness their entire life.
Oh, yes, Marshall.
And are learning social skills to someday support themselves.
They have a variety of different diagnoses, and sometimes with those diagnoses come symptoms that often contribute to maybe our inability to have relationships with people, maybe take care of ourselves, or become employable.
Dylan enjoys his time working at the food pantry.
Yeah, I like it. It's fun, helping out other people.
All the canned goods go over on the other shelves, okay?
Krabs says part of the training helps them learn to handle their disabilities and take care of themselves.
Do we need your help, y'all, put everything away?
When they're unable to advocate for themselves or know the difference between sometimes what's right and wrong, they are often a victim, of somebody else unfortunately taking advantage of them. Or maybe they act in a way where maybe they would hurt somebody else or hurt themselves, and it's maybe because they don't have the skills to manage what they're hearing or seeing or feeling.
Where would this right here go?
Okay, that's spaghetti. So there's different things, okay?
Krabs says some of their clients need a little time to warm up to the idea of having someone there to help them.
So you have your vegetables here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then your pasta, which I guess this might go like right here.
Yes.
Every day, I know whenever I get to see their face, they're always smiling and happy.
Ready, buddy. There you go. Come on, baby. Come on there. Get over there.
Now, was it always that way? No. It's taken a long time for some of them to get to that point where they can interact in that form. You know, when we get individuals originally they come in contact with us, they've you know, are maybe a little leery of getting help. Some may be worried that they're going to be taken advantage of because maybe that's something that they've experienced before. So, you know, building trust and rapport with our clients is obviously our #1 priority.
We should make sure we protect the eggs so that the eggs don't bust.
Gabe has been with Arrowleaf for more than 2 decades and just recently volunteered for the food pantry work crew because he heard other clients talking about how much they enjoyed it.
It's good to know that we're able, at least we're doing something for the community. So, yeah, because it's like what I said, there are people in the community that are not as fortunate as what others are.
It's going to be your spice shop.
Crab says she's delighted to see Gabe trying new things.
Make sure that they're all facing the same
Correct.
direction.
Now, that's the first time that's ever happened before. And, you know, Gabe is someone that, you know, he will always struggle in following direction, but at the same time, he has gotten to a point in his life where if you can provide redirection to him, he will follow that redirection.
Seeing improvements like that is what makes Crab thankful she can provide help to others.
It is the most meaningful job there is out there to know that you're assisting someone, not giving them something, but giving them the tools that they need in order to contribute back. And we see it every day. And it's, you know, that you just saw 3 people today. There are thousands of people that receive services on a regular basis from us in our region. And I know for a fact, even though some people may not understand that connection, our region is better because of human service providers like Arrowleaf and so many others that are doing niche kind of areas to help out.
For In Focus, I'm Benji Jeffords.